Nigerian Air Force on 29 October 2023 struck an identified terrorist hideout, killing over 22 fighters on gun trucks and 2 motorcycles in Borno State. A statement by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Cadre Edward Gapquet, said the air component of Operation Hadinkai, following intelligence that about 22 terrorists in a gun truck and 2 motorcycles were sighted near Mate, immediately dispatched to interdict the location. He said the aircraft, after scanning the area, sighted the terrorists at about 22 km west of Mate and moving northwest towards Monguno. After trailing the terrorists for about 70 minutes, the terrorists in the gun truck and 2 motorcycles stopped underneath a tree, probably to refuel or evade being seen. The targets were subsequently engaged with a huge ball of fire engulfing the area, observed afterwards, destroying the gun strike and motorcycles with no sign of movement observed afterward. The huge explosion could be indicative that the point where the terrorists hide was likely a logistic base, or their vehicle was conveying weapon or explosive ordnances, he said. He further stated that the terrorists' attempts to evade detection and the firepower of the land and air components of Operation Hadinkai is indicative of their inability to hold grounds and pose significant threat to military formation or pick on soft civilian targets at will. He recalled that Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State noted that the security situation in Borno State has improved by more than 85%, while economic activities have picked up. This attests to the success of the effort in place by the Armed Forces of Nigeria and other security agencies, Gapquet stated. According to the governor, as the Chief Security Officer of Borno State, we are doing well in terms of security, as there has been serious improvement in our security situation, and I want to commend the service chiefs for their efforts, he stated. Meanwhile, the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, on weekend commended the Enugu State High Court for ruling that the proscription of IPOB and its declaration as a terrorist organization amounted to administrative abuse, hence it is illegal. Recall that the Southeast Governors Forum had in 2017 proscribed IPOB, with the federal government proclaiming the group a terrorist organization 3 days after. IPOB is founded by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. His special counsel, Barrister Aloy Ejimako, had approached Enugu State High Court, presided over by Justice A.O. Onovo, to set aside the proscription, among others. Justice A.O. Onovo last Thursday ruled in favor of Nnamdi Kanu that the actions of the government in proscribing Nnamdi Kanu were illegal, that self-determination is not a crime, and went ahead to award 8 billion naira monetary compensation for Nnamdi Kanu. The court also granted Nnamdi Kanu's relief that a public apology be tendered to him in 3 national dailies. IPOB spokesman Emma Powerful, relying on the ruling, stated that the judgment had absolved IPOB of illegal proscription, hence the group should no longer be tagged as such. He said IPOB cases had exposed the weaknesses of Nigeria's judiciary, referring to the ruling of a high court in Umuahia which ruled that Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail with compensation to Nnamdi Kanu's favor. He commended the IPOB legal team for their legal abstinence and also being resolute and focused in their legal services. Quoting him, "IPOB lawyers are men and women who understand the law, not quota system lawyers. They have been defeating the Nigerian government in their own courts. That is the reason the federal government of Nigeria has been running away from defending the black market proscription order of Justice Abdul Kafarati against IPOB in the appeal court." Nevertheless, the latest judgment from Justice Onovo of Enugu State High Court has made the wicked black market proscription order null and void, adding that it exonerated IPOB of obnoxious terrorist tags that the Nigerian government wickedly hung on the peaceful movement as a justification for violent suppression. He stated, "In the eyes of the law and before the international community, IPOB is not a terrorist organization. Those who jubilated when the black market proscription was leveled against IPOB by the government of Nigeria using an ethnic bias, Justice Kafarati, are now ashamed of themselves, especially those compromised media houses linking and tagging IPOB as a proscribed organization. The history book shall be read by the unborn generations that one courageous judge overruled a bigotry judgment against peaceful IPOB who were fighting for the rebirth of Biafra nation." He also emphasized that the then Southeast governors engineered the proscription of IPOB, adding that the history book will never forgive them. Emeagwfu further stated, saying, "The wicked and illegal proscription led to illegal incarceration, extrajudicial killings, and forceful disappearances of many innocent Biafrans by the Nigerian murderous security agents. History and Biafrans will never be kind to those behind this devilish act against innocent movement and family seeking for Biafra restoration," Emeagwfu concluded. However, 9 policemen killed in an attempt to assassinate me, Atiku Abubakar reveals. Former Vice President of Nigeria and presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, has revealed that some of his ordeal is trying to assassinate him. He reveals some of his ordeal in trying to stand his ground in the Nigerian polity. Addressing a world conference in Abuja on the aftermath of the 2023 presidential election and the presidential election judgment delivered by both the tribunal and the Supreme Court, Atiku disclosed that he had been through a lot in his quest to stand for what is right. He condemned the judgment delivered by the tribunal and the Apex Court, which upheld the election of Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC). Atiku stated that he had always paid a huge price for daring to stand against injustice and what is not right. Going down memory lane, he narrated how he was targeted for elimination, but he luckily survived it and then proceeded to exile for months. However, some of his aides paid the ultimate price during that attack, according to the words of Atiku Abubakar. In one incident, 9 policemen guarding my home in Kaduna State were murdered in an attempt to assassinate me. I was also forced into exile for almost 9 months. In addition to that, my interest in a logistic company that I could own was confiscated and given to a friend of the military government As vice president of the civilian government that succeeded the military, I again, at great personal cost, choose to oppose the extension of the tenure of the government beyond the 2-time 4-year tenure enshrined in our constitution.